Hey, long time no see, okay? I have not done a live in Facebook in forever. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to abandon nobody. I mostly just go live on Shop Origine Instagram page or my own YouTube page, but I'm making an effort to be more lively on all my social media platforms. So, here I am in the flesh. I guess I'm gonna start transitioning to Facebook Lives because Instagram be doing too much, y'all. Like, you get on Instagram, you be doing your live, and then you save your live or you save it to IGTV, but now they're making it to where your lives are not saved in your stories anymore. So I thought that was a pretty big bummer because there was plenty of times where I made some really good content. I had some really good lives and I saved it in my phone. For some reason it did not save, and it didn't save the IG either. So I'm like, like what is this? What is this? What is this? But I labeled this video as, damn, what did I label it as? I can't remember what I said. Oh my God, y'all. I have such a short-term memory. But yeah, when they can't lie about our Aboriginal American heritage and when the truth comes out, what happens next, right? So for years, hundreds of years, our people been saying who they are, can't even prove who they are. And still it was like pushback, still it was slander, still it was harassment. And now fast forward to what they say is 2021, because we even know the years are wrong now. Like, there's people talking about we in the 1300s now, and I'm like, what? Like, so we already know timing is off, right? But anyway, we in so-called 2021, and now they're like, oh well, we're going to accept so-called black people as our native brothers and sisters. Now we're going to accept black people into the tribes and stuff. Now I know y'all really like, well, we're not black. I know we're not black, y'all. I know before y'all even go off on the deep end, I know we're not black. But I'm telling it from a point of view what other people are viewing it as. Because remember, a lot of other people still view us as black people and still see us as African American, right? So we still have people trying to attach these labels onto us when we already know who we are. And I remember coming into this indigenous community years ago. And I remember I used to debate with the natives, the $5 Indians, all day, every day. And if you know me for a while, you know how I am. You know how I get down too. I did not care. I would go off on everybody and would not give a second thought. I'll be talking about the mamas, the kids, the daddies, the uncles. I did not care. I'll be going ham, okay? I don't care. I'm not like that no more because there's other ways to get your point across without being a bitch, But yeah, so at first they were saying, oh, natives was not being reclassified, indigenous people wasn't going paper genocide. This is what they were saying, right? Because anytime when we throw information out there, they would try to debunk it and say it's not true when we all know it is true. And so then we get to the point where they have to acknowledge it. So then over time, they was like, okay, well, just because some natives were being reclassified as black and African American does not mean all. But remember how they were saying it wasn't happening at all. Remember how they were saying how that don't relate to us. But you see how we're slowly breaking them down because you cannot argue with the facts. You cannot argue with the truth. You cannot argue with the documents, baby. Okay, like the documents gonna win. Especially when it provides the proof. Oh yeah. What do y'all think this is? Because a lot of people think by dismissing our American Indian heritage that would just fix the problem. But guess what? It didn't. We're still here. We're still loud and proud about who we are. We're still on the forefronts. Learning more about our genealogy and teaching others about the genealogy. And also, too, I said this on my other Shop Origine pages and my personal page, but I also need to tell y'all, too, cannot speak. I also need to tell y'all this too. On shopaborigine.com, you can go on our useful info section. It's on the main menu section. And you can, there are like free resources that teach you how to research your genealogy and also how to correct your status legally. I'm not going to teach y'all the Moorish way and stuff like that. No. There's a method to just simply changing it and then washing your hands with it and move on. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a whole nother system on how to like really rectify and correct all the documents, but until I know furtherwise on how to correctly do it to where y'all not landed in jail, okay? Because what a lot of people don't know is that a lot of these Moors that are giving y'all information about how to correct your status and your ethnicity, they're being landed in jail for that. So you have to be really careful about what you do. So I'm going to tell y'all a way where you can do it and get home at night safely and don't be locked up, if you feel me. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. But yeah, so they hate that we are coming together and we're teaching each other how to research our genealogy and our ancestry and how to make a way to represent ourselves. They hate that. So they're trying in different ways to combat it. And they recognizing that instead of just denying our indigenous heritage, they making it to where they have to police us on how to embrace our heritage. I'm noticing it a lot. Anytime I'm on my Shop Originally page and I share any type of content I have of us in our indigenous regalia or whatever, here come a whole swoop of natives, right? A whole pack of them. A whole pack of so-called natives coming to the post, upset, in their feelings, talking about, oh, well, this need to be done a certain way, or she don't need to be wearing this, or ain't nobody initiated her to wear this. I remember one native, she came on the post trying to go off on Pam Grier. Now, y'all know, Pam Grier is bae. Pam Grier is that woman, okay? So for a native to come and tell me that Pam Grier is doing it wrong, I'm like, no, baby, you doing it wrong. Pam Grier is way before your time. All right, so if she want to embrace her Cheyenne heritage, she can do that. Okay, and honestly, too, she wasn't doing it in any disrespectful way. Now, I've seen plenty of ladies that have worn the war bonnet and they just, my God, it's not even really tied to the culture. They just showing their ass, they have thongs, their titties out. I mean, I can understand it with something like that. Like, okay, yeah, there are plenty of different ways to, uphold the culture and respect at the same time. But how Pam Grier, with her photo shoot with, her Cheyenne culture and stuff, she did that very gracefully. And so, that's how I know, like, it just be on some hater stuff. Like, mofos just be hating on us. They know they just hating. This is all a form of haterism and hating. There's a whole bunch of hating ass people that are trying to stop us from us being us. And I say, to hell with that. We don't have to ask for permission for nobody to do anything. Like some people are mad that I'm teaching Choctaw, and I don't care. I'm learning just like the next person, but I'm gonna teach to those that want to know. And there are sites that you can learn the Choctaw language for free, but however, a lot of our people, we may come from these nations, but we understand the pettiness. We understand the obstacles. We understand the passive-aggressive racism when it comes to our tribes. We may want to learn our culture, but we don't want to learn it for those that keep denying us from being in our nations and that don't want us to sit with them at the table. So, of course, it's going to be people like me that's going to teach the culture for a fee. Okay, because honestly, this is one thing I hate too. I hate it when people be trying to come to me talking about, oh, I should provide this for free. Now, I do have plenty of resources for free, but however, I don't know how y'all expect me to put all my free time into things when I still got bills to pay too. So, of course, if I put my time, money, and effort into something, I'm going to want that in return. So, I don't feel bad for that. And if you feel angry that I teach Choctaw for a price, then that's your own fault. Because, I mean, hey, you can call Choctaw Nation at any time you want to have them personally teach you a language. But the experience I had when I tried to enroll, honey, that was all I needed to know. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Yeah, I don't need white passing natives to teach me anything about my culture when I know that these people were adopted in, and these people uh, were also being slaves in our tribes too, and they walking around acting like, oh yeah, I'm full blooded, I got my enrollment card. And I'm like, no, you were adopted in. And there are plenty of sources that talk about the Irish and Scottish being adopted into Cherokee Nation, actually just a lot of tribes in general, and not a lot of people know that. See, because what people love to do is point in our put their fingers in our hands, right? No, I can't speak. They love to point their fingers in our faces and say that we're African until we boomerang back and say, hey, you're white, you're a European person, you're a pale European person. Then there's, oh my God, you're assuming my race. Okay, well, you're doing the same to me, so hush. If you don't like stuff being thrown back in your face, then don't throw it in the first place. So the things that they do to try to cover up their tracks is already to destroy documents. And that's why I would say research as much as y'all can. Research your genealogy, because once that time limit is up, it is up. And I've been saying from my past few videos, I feel like the time to get what is ours is now. That's why all these doors are opening. And I'm letting y'all know right now, they're not going to be open for long. These doors to re-enrolling and getting what is ours, they're not going to be here for too long. Because they're going to make it to where, okay, well, we're going to give them a little leeway, and then we're going to go back to how things were. I'm telling y'all, like, it's in my gut feeling. It's in my gut feeling, because a lot of people thinking that, oh, we're moving forward. They're getting rid of the blood quantum rule, which, in all honesty, is dumb, because they saying they're getting rid of the blood quantum in Cherokee Nation for us, when really it's for them. Because a lot of so-called natives are being exposed. There's actually a girl named Jacqueline Keeler on Twitter, and she is putting those natives on a pretendian list, y'all. She is doxing them, and the native community is hating it. They hate it. They hate her. They hating everything about her right now. And I'm like, oh, okay, so what goes around comes around, goes around, then come again, back around, yeah. Because remember how they was putting us on their list, right? Putting us on their freedmen list, putting us on their African descent list. Remember all these lists they was putting us on, talking about how we African, or we don't, or how we just freedmen or Creole or whatever term they wanted to use to erase us out of our indigenous heritage. Now look, now they on the pretendian list. You see, what goes around comes around. And it's not so fun when the rabbit has the gun. And Jacqueline Keeler, she looks like a native. You feel what I'm saying? So she doing this to her own people. Now, if that ain't karma, I don't know what is. Because they are mad. And they mad that people are even listening to her too. They're like, oh my God, this is dangerous. She doxing us. She's putting us in fear for our lives. Now, I'm on neither side, honey. I'm on neither side. I'm just on the sideline watching, because this is entertaining to me. And it's funny because the same people that were coming at us talking about how we're Africans and we claim to be native are the same people being called out for not being native, but yet getting native benefits and stuff. So you see how things coming back in full circle. The ancestors don't like it when people play with us about who we are. Our ancestors brought us this far, and they're not gonna keep us from what belongs to us. What is for you, what is for you. Like, no matter what little evil eye, no matter what bad intentions it is, if it's for you, it will continue to be for you. If it's for you, it will go to you with ease, honey. With ease. So a lot of our people are being accepted back into indigenous nations. And I mean, like, it's good and bad with that, like, because I'm not all for being federally recognized, but then again, we already are federally recognized. You know what I'm saying? Like, the federal government already know about us. The state government already know about us. So it's kind of like, oh, I'm going to be federally recognized because they control you. I'm like, we already under control. Like, you know, especially with this vaccine shit. I don't know what's going to go on with that, but all I can say is I'm not getting vaccinated. Like, that's just not on the list. That would never be on the list. I'm not finna be. I can't be vaccinated. I won't be vaccinated. I've been having many people ask me, "Are you gonna get vaccinated?" No. Quit asking. I'm not gonna get vaccinated. So, and that's nothing too, you know. They got to get us with all this outside warfare, you know, because the warfare is spiritual, but it's also psychological. There's many different ways of warfare they are playing on to our people right now, and our people are not aware of it. Because, see, our people just think it's just jealousy and hatred, but it's much more than that. You know, resources, land, water, oil, etc., are all tied in to colonization. And as long as we're not in those type of areas, they cool. They all right. But one thing about us is that they're trying to keep us from moving forward. You know, because honestly, we may just be as worse than what our ancestors were 100 years ago from now. Because at least 100 years ago, our ancestors had their own schools. They had their own neighborhoods. They just had their own everything, you know. So our elders were doing very, 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 very good. Now, I can't really say the same because there's not as many farmers, melanated farmers, not as many melanated businesses. It's a lot of lack. But we're making a comeback, which is good. But however, we need to be careful. A lot of our people are in la la land when they're forgetting that we are in war. The fact of the matter is, you know, it goes way deeper than police brutality. We already know police are like slave patrol. They used to be slave patrol. Well, still kind of is. But, you know, we already know these things. And so, you know, we know what to expect from the opposite side. And that is war. It will always be war. And it's always been a game to them, and that's why they've always been having the upper hand, because our people don't know how to separate their emotions from reality, and that's our biggest downfall. We get in our emotions without thinking fully, right? And our enemy knows that. Our enemy knows that we're hot-headed and that we're ready to go off, and overall, the melanated race is seen as masculine, even our women, you know. It's kind of weird because even as a brown woman, like, people will still try to push like stereotypes on me. Like, I don't got no kids. I don't have no husband. I've never been pregnant before. You know, there's like a lot of stereotypes that don't like relate to me, but people will still try to push that on me because of my skin color. So, one thing that now, since people know that they can't just say that we African and they have to prove it, they're going to come after our character. They're going to come after the things that we love and the things that we do. Since I'm a business owner, they're going to come after my business. This has happened plenty of times, and it's mostly just been by my people for the most part, but it has been done by the $5 Indians too. So we have to be careful, and even of each other too, because there are a lot of melanated people coming into these communities with agendas, you know, to get money, to get clout, to get whatever. And we have to be very, very, very wary of those people, because we are dealing with people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, people got kids to feed, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm going to... Maybe when I get home tomorrow, because I work 6 to 6. So when I get off 6 in the morning and I get some sleep, what I may do is write an ebook on how to grow food and stuff. Like, because I really want to make Shop Origine like a one-stop shop for y'all in the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to make it to where y'all can learn how to grow food. You learn how to research your ancestry. You learn how to correct their status. You learn the Choctaw language, which you can learn on there. I have my Choctaw worksheets that you can get now on shoporigin.com or etsy.com/shop/shoporigin. You can also get them on there too. Also, my shirt, my apparel came in because I ordered some of my apparel online about like last week, and it came in at my mom's house. So now I'm able to continue doing my Choctaw Speaks episodes, because I was like, dang, I really want to do it, but I want to do it like while I'm in uniform, you know? I was like, I want to do it like while I'm in uniform and I have my t-shirt. So now since I have that, Choctaw Speaks is going to come back, and I'm using my Choctaw Speaks worksheets as a curriculum for the Choctaw Speaks web series. So if y'all order my Choctaw workbook and you're like, okay, well, how do I pronounce these words, or what do these words mean? I'm going to go over it in my Choctaw Speaks language series, and y'all can get like a better understanding. Like, you know, I can really get with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because, honey, like, learning Choctaw has really been a great thing for me. And I don't have the best memory, but when I can look back and be like, okay, this means that, like, Alna Nakni means boy, and Alna Tik is girl. Okay. I think Nanta means what? Like, just like going off the top of my head, like, because I do study, and I do look at the Choctaw worksheets, of course, because I made it myself. So I'm trying to make it fun for y'all guys, and I'm also gonna come out with like a free worksheet as well. I may make that like, I don't know, like 20. Yeah, maybe 20, maybe 20 free ones. Like maybe 10 or 20. 10 minimum, 10 minimum. But and I may do a Choctaw Speaks curriculum on that too. And I may post it on my regular YouTube channel. So that won't be free. And if y'all want like more of the content, then I give y'all that. Because I want like 150 page workbook of just like Choctaw words to learn, and I have like the vocabulary, the breakdown, how to pronounce it, and then it's going to be on my Choctaw Speaks web series, and I'll break that down as well. So I have big plans for teaching y'all the Choctaw language. Like, y'all already know it's coming, it's in fruition, and I hope to have it done like really, really, really soon. Especially with the job I have. Like, I have so much time, y'all guys. That's how I'm able like to finally do my lives again, because I have so much time on my hands. And plus, I just got out of a breakup, so I'm like super focused in what I got going on. So, but one thing is that with Shop Origin, I am looking for someone to help me run my store. I would love to have like a social media marketer or like an email marketer. If y'all know anyone, please tell them to reach out to me and and tell them to give me their prices, and then we can probably work out a deal or something, because I would love to have a staff that gets it. Like, I don't have to explain why this is important. I'll explain like, oh, well, this is my audience, this is how you have to speak to them, like, because they already know. I know that y'all guys are into holistic things, so I'm planning on giving y'all like holistic things as well. Maybe like do a couple of videos of like doing smoothies and stuff. I may do that for my beauty channel though. So yeah, like have like all my channels tied to different things. So yeah, I plan on coming out with a lot of content for y'all, just so y'all know, because I said this on my Instagram Shop Origin page, and I want to say this to y'all on my Facebook page too. Because I know y'all be like, dang, like she don't really go live no more. Like we barely see Yona. Like, I'm here, baby. I'm here. Your girl was going through some things, but I'm here. What's up? I'm here to make sure y'all good. I'm here to make sure y'all good. I'm here to make sure that y'all are learning the ways of our people, our culture, and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much information that I want to put out there, but it's just one step at a time, baby. One step at a time. I may try to come out with some new content each and every week, so y'all don't get bored and y'all don't keep waiting and be like, damn, like where's she at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna make sure y'all good. But anyway, back to the topic. So yes, when they can't deny that we Aboriginal American, they will bring someone that look like us to try and deter us from the truth. They want us to have a clean detour. They're like, oh, you say you Aboriginal American? Oh, you hate yourself. You African. You from Africa. You better not be claiming you Indigenous American because you African. You African. That DNA ancestry test said you African and blah, 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 blah. Which, remind y'all, DNA ancestry tests are for entertainment purposes only. Now, DNA tests to see who the baby daddy is, that's a different story. That they can do that like that. But going over millions of years of ancestry, of lineages, oh baby, they ain't that advanced. We don't even have flying cars yet. So how they gonna tell you where you originated from when they already killed off so many indigenous people from all over the world? They can say that, oh, you from this region of Africa, when really there was a tribe of people that probably traveled over there, but that group of people are not originally from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much information that's missing, and they're trying to put it off as the truth, and it's not. It's not gonna work like that. Because with me, I'm gonna be like, okay, this something don't seem right. They told us it was this, but it's actually something else. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Like, I'm a thinker. And my platform is filled with thinkers. Shout out to the free thinkers out there. I don't know too much about the woke people, because people are talking about they woke and they acting like they having a stroke. So I don't know. But all my free thinkers out there, they know what I'm talking about. Because see, we live in a world that is based off on fake realities. People think what they see on social media is real, and it's not. So that's why I say, like, you need to get on your genealogy and realize, like, yeah, they're destroying documents. They still destroying documents. They don't want y'all to learn nothing. They don't want y'all to think of nothing. They don't want y'all to see nothing, because they're not trying to give up land. They're not trying to give up resources or none of that. And, this European man was mad that the Bruce family was getting their land back, having the land switch over in their names. And he's like, well, is this going to happen every time? Yes, it will happen every time. And I hope it does. I know it will. It has to. Because first of all, what y'all fail to understand is that y'all think that y'all got a clean getaway. Y'all think that, oh yeah, I'm a pale person. I'm exempt from having to pay the slaves that my family owned back. And oh yeah, like, this land was stolen, but it's cool because as long as I pay my taxes, it's cool. Like, I'm exempt. Now you ain't exempt no more. What you are seeing is the first of many. Bruce family is not the only one. There's plenty of our people that are getting their land back. And trust and believe, they are having a heart attack about it. They're like, oh my God, are these Negroes going to get their land back every time? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. As a matter of fact, we need to put that in the universe right now. Okay? Because right now, Europeans acting like they're so aware of racism, right? But when it comes to us getting our land back, they be like, hold on now. I'm like, ain't no hold on no more. Ain't no hold on no more. Ain't no hold on no more. What is there to hold on to? This is our land. And now you got to run it back. Now, if you got a problem with that, you need to take that with the U.S. government, because they are the reason why our land was stolen in the first place. Now, we're not saying it's your fault, but however, you need to go talk to the U.S. government and see if they can get you some other land that has not been stolen. Okay, because buying, purchased land that was stolen is not your issue. But however, if you're not going to hold the U.S. government accountable for their bull stuff, and you just want to come to us trying to fight and start ignorant arguments and stuff like that, you deserve everything that's coming to you. You deserve to have your own land lost. Because first of all, if I was living on land that was stolen from someone, I'd be like, man, you know what? Let me talk to the U.S. government, because I done sit here and paid all this money to get this land and then figure out it was stolen by someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need to figure this out. And which, honestly, the U.S. government needs to, because now people getting their land back, but now the Pale people are feeling scared because they're just like, damn, my ancestors just stole this land and now I got to give it back. Oh no, well, I was living comfortably. I was making money off this land. I got a whole ranch on this land. Like, I don't want to give it back. But guess what? Y'all need to put some insurance on there, say called land back, where Indians that had their land stolen or tricked out of get their land back, and then the U.S. government provide you some new land, or land that is equal to the one that you got. Because you need to take that up with them, not us. We have every right to defend ourselves and go get our land back. It is not our fault that the U.S. government did what they did, but however, we need to hold them accountable for what they have done. Helito, Harry. Everybody say helito to Harry. Helito. Harry is like my biggest. I love you, Harry. Like, seriously. Like, you're such a good customer. Like, I appreciate good customers. And I always strive to give good customer service too. Like, much love and appreciation, Harry. Much love and appreciation. So, yeah, it's not our fault. They need to go ahead and figure out some ways to fix this, because one thing I know about the European is that they get frightened easily. They panic, and when they panic, they don't think about other people. That's why with this whole pandemic thing, they have handled it horribly. They've been emptying out the stores of toilet paper, y'all, and then with the whole ice storm in Texas, y'all, they cleared out the motherfucking HEB. Like, it was horrible. And now with the whole gas thing, now they're stocking up on gas, which gonna make it cause the price to gouge up and stuff like that. So this is America. This is where we at. And since we know the enemy, we need to work accordingly with that. Just how they be studying us, we need to be studying them too. Okay? Have your fun, but still have your gun. Chill it. Cool it now. Alright. But yeah, definitely check out shoporigine.com. Like, there are so many like good resources on it. And if you are wanting to learn how to discover your genealogy and how I learned how to rediscover mine, check out my book, Discovering Genealogy, on Amazon.com. You could get it at a really good price. And I also believe that Shoporigine also has the BOGO sale going on. Buy one t-shirt at full price, get the second one 25% off. So definitely check out the deals that we have and the things that we have to offer, because I'm always trying to find ways for y'all to for y'all like to help and like want to get involved or want to find different ways. Because I know on Shoporigine, I put up a menu called Fund Your Freedom. So some of y'all are like, okay, what does Fund Your Freedom mean? Well, I was watching Dr. Umar on The Breakfast Club, and he said that the reason why we are not where we are today is because we're not used to funding our freedom. We're not used to funding what is necessary in our communities. And I was like, you know what? That show is right. Because, right, like for lately, we've just been dependent on the city to give our money schools and activities for after school programs and all other stuff. But really, it's time for us to take matters in our own hands. So I put Fund Your Freedom on there. And if you know anybody else with a business or with an organization, or anyone that's trying to get their feet off the ground with a business, tell them to hit me up at shoporigineapparel@gmail.com, or just hit us up in the DMs and just tell us your story. Because there are plenty of melanated people that want to help other melanated businesses. And also, too, you can still sign up as a vendor on shoporigine.com. So you can definitely, yeah, just email me, y'all. Email me or DM me, and we'll get you started. So yeah, like I want to create many different ways for our people to find the truth that they're looking for. And I know I have a lot of information to offer you guys. So I just want to make sure that y'all guys are getting the full picture and being taken care of, because there's a lot of shady people out there. And there's a lot of people that would keep the truth from you. And I'm not one of those. Like, I have nothing to hide. I honestly don't. Like, the only thing you're going to learn about me is, like, my private life. And if you just one of those people that's messy and love to be in people's private life, that's on you. But if you are past that level of pettiness and you just want to learn, you want to elevate with your people, you trying to learn something, I'm your girl, okay? Because we all too grown to be on some stupid stuff. Our kids are watching. They watching us how we handle things, so we got to take that into consideration. All right, so I'm not trying to be on this live for long. I just want to come up in here and just say what I had to say. I'm going to try and do lives more often so y'all can see my pretty face more often. So yes. So I love y'all guys. Stay safe, and don't forget to check out shopaborigine.com for those resources. So I'll talk to y'all guys later. Bye.